Manchester United 3, Fulham 1. Kenny, we're on our way back to Wembley in the FA Cup semi-final, but my goodness me, football's a strange game, isn't it?
That
Because
was
just when
hard
you think
work.
we're dead and buried, flips around in just 90 seconds of madness from Fulham, eh?
Sometimes they say your name's on a trophy, and it looks like Man United's name's on that trophy because up to 70 minutes, I thought that's as bad as we've played all season. The first half in particular. What really concerns me now going forward is that with what we've seen today, particularly in the first, like I said, 70 minutes, if we don't have the quality players like Varane, Casemiro, Eriksen on the pitch, we have very little to offer. We've very little to offer. I thought McTominay, Maguire, in the first half in particular, they were frightened to gain the ball. They were frightened.
Yeah.
Our only out forward progression was Martinez long balls and Wan-Bissaka. That's all we had in the first half. And I thought we were very, very poor. And to be fair to Fulham, the two players they lost, Willian and Mitrovic, I thought they were excellent. They were excellent up to then. Mitrovic hasn't scored in 11 games, so what does he do? He scores against us. We haven't lost a home for 21 games, and all of a sudden you think, well, that record's going to be going. And I honestly did not see us. At best, I'm thinking 90 minutes a draw at best, penalties or whatever, because we never created. I don't remember the goalkeeper making a save. De Gea, outstanding. Two saves before the goal. Then after the goal, the Mitrovic header, which looped over Wan-Bissaka's head, that was fantastic, that save. Because if we go 2-0 down, even with our men, we'd have made hard work of that. But I was disappointed and I was concerned because I'm thinking at 70 minutes, is this going to be the rest of our season now? Where we're going to be scratching out results. We saw yesterday Tottenham did us a favour, dropping 2 late goals. Newcastle, they scored a late winner. And I'm thinking 6 points ahead of Tottenham or whatever. Doesn't look a lot now. Didn't look a lot. Now we've got the break to look forward to. We play again in the semi-final, I think on the 22nd or 23rd against Brighton. And Brighton will give us a game. We don't have to worry. But no, I just think that I'm hoping that we can get Martinez. Sorry, we can get Varane, we can get Casemiro, Martial, Eriksen back, and we're a different team altogether.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think we were just chatting before we started recording this, and the game does completely change in a matter of seconds because of the decisions. But at the same time, I was sitting there and I'm kind of baffled to what Fulham are really, arguing about, to be honest with you. I don't understand their sort of gripes because whether it's going in or not, Willian clearly moves his arm towards the ball. It's a penalty and a red card because he stops the ball. Mitrovic, you can't shove a referee. You can't do that. You can't even, get in their face, let alone shove a referee. And for Marco Silva, I mean, referee's there looking at the screen for the VAR decision. He's trying to influence them. So all of the above, it's 3 red cards. And they're to your point, like we didn't play particularly well, but they're just as responsible for their own downfall, aren't they? And to be honest, United kind of get off the hook a little bit because of their own madness.
We were massively let off the hook there because I couldn't see where a goal was coming from. Anthony, when he came on, to be fair, livened it up a bit.
Yeah,
Anthony did liven it up a bit, and it was his pass through to Sancho that got us the penalty. I mean, I've watched the penalty decision about 3 or 4 times now. William didn't need to handball it. He could have just gone down and pushed it out with his chest or whatever. Yeah. He didn't need to handball it. The ball was going to be in his chest anyway, and he brought his hand across to stop it. So, no, I think Fulham will look back. If I'm a Fulham fan, you will be bitterly disappointed. I think they played us off the park. I thought they came with a plan. They pressed well. The midfield completely dominated us. McTominay, Sabitzer, although he scored, I didn't know he was on the field in the first half. I was really, really disappointed. Young Reid had an excellent game. They were good. They were good, Fulham. They didn't look like a team that had just... And when, you looked and they'd lost 10 goals in the last 3 games. But we just knew, when we have McTominay and Maguire, we're nowhere near up to a decent level. We're not. And, we can say all we want about it. The proof of the pudding is in the eating, and you saw it today. It took him off after 56 minutes.
Yeah, no, exactly. And you could hear I mean, Old Trafford, most of the time they'll be with you, but even with Maguire, they started to get a bit onto him today, you notice, because again, and it
Yeah, there
was
was moaning and
because,
groaning.
you're saying just, get the ball forward, push the ball forward. And that was the difference between him and Martinez, isn't it? Is that first half when we created
Definitely,
nothing, the only
Martinez
chance.
was looking for an out pass. Martinez was
Exactly.
looking for a pass all the time, looking for a pass,
Mm,
just looking forward and pinging it with his left foot. It was going up to the right, it was going up to the left, and he put some cracking balls in. And I've said it before. Why are we not putting Martinez in the Casemiro position? Why are we not putting him in? Because he's the
yeah.
only one at that back line. I thought Shaw in the first half was very poor. Shaw was getting skinned constantly by the right back, and it's very unsure. Like he came to a little bit in the second half, but at the end of the day, we're in the semi-final of the FA Cup, and it's
Yep.
not Man United players' fault. That the Fulham team have lost control and been indisciplined. So we, at the end of the day, we won the game. We've won the game. We'll
Exactly.
play a lot
Exactly.
worse. We'll play a lot better and lose games. We'll play a lot better
Exactly.
and lose games.
And you might look back on today and say, yeah, we didn't play that well. But as you say, history only remembers the winners and who got through. And ultimately as well, it's a game that felt like it was just before the international break, didn't it? And I think that'll be the thing that Ten
Exactly.
Hag will be thinking, is saying
Desperately,
you look tired.
we desperately need that break. Only because I think it will give us an opportunity. We know Eriksen's on the verge of coming back. They've said April. We know Martial's been training with the first team. Casemiro he's got another 2 or 3 games to go with the suspension. Varane, hopefully, I think a lot of us expected Varane to play today. So, and he's no longer an international player anymore. So, by the time we come to play Newcastle, we'll need our best teammate against Newcastle. Newcastle at St James's Park, they have now got their momentum to get in that top 4 position. They'll want revenge for Wembley as well, so they'll be up for it. We will have a tough game, and I think a draw will be a great result at Newcastle, just as much because it takes 2 points off them.
I agree. And if you play, and to be honest, we've been saying this in quite a few games recently, haven't we? Saying that if you play like that against a Newcastle, they'll punish you for it. You won't have the fortune of being 1-0 down and them going down to 9 men. You'll just be 2-3-0 down. And I think it's you go back to David De Gea. David De Gea, you can talk about distribution, passing, all that kind of stuff. We could have and maybe should have been 3 or 4 down. Yeah, exactly.
Irrelevant. We want to talk about Scott McTominay's distribution and Harry Maguire's, who should be able to distribute it, not the goalkeepers. Why are we emphasising the goalkeeper's distribution when we've got players that are on 150, 200,000 pounds a week? They're costing the club 80 million, and they're frightened to death of passing a ball. So hands off David De Gea. De Gea today was outstanding, absolutely outstanding. So
no, totally agree.
But no, like I said, we're in the semi-final of a cup. We've got, I think City will be awaiting. I can't see City slipping up against Sheffield. Brighton's playing well. Brighton have had a great season. Brighton are still a good chance of getting in that top 4. They have a couple of games in hand on Liverpool. If they win the games in hand, then they're around the top 4. So they won't fear Man United. They will not fear Man United, especially on that performance today.
Indeed. Well, there you go, guys. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let us know if we were lucky. Let us know if you agree, disagree with the analysis of the game. We're back going to Wembley. Semi-final awaits against Brighton. Now an international break. We can maybe breathe for just a second. We're out of here. Peace.